Dr. Aljubori, head of Iraqi Women and Future Organization in Baghdad, Iraq. Also, I am a former member in the Council of Representatives for 2 sessions. I was a member in the Family, Women, Children Committee in the Parliament, and I was also an IPU, International Parliamentary Union, in the Human Rights Committee. Also, I'm a physician doctor. I started since I was very young to have interest in women issue in my country. When I see the changes in the country and the political situation, and since I was a student in the medical school, I'm always thinking of equality for women in my country, and starting this idea to become bigger and bigger inside my head. Actually, telling you the truth, my father was one of the main reason in this issue. When I was young, with the 3 brothers, and the way he treat me inside the house and he educate my brothers is to respect me, to respect my private life, and to have more than equal. I was more than equal to them in everything, in the education, and he sent me at the age of 15 years to go for summer school to England to learn English, and it was my first experience to be independent and to know what I want. The major things now in Iraq is the displaced. I know the government give the number of 3,200,000 displaced people, but I think it is inside is more than 4 million, and outside the country it's around 3 million have went outside. If we go to percentage, that women they consider to be more than 50% of the population as on gender issue. That means you have half of this number are women and girls, and the displacement is something terrible. I have worked as a doctor and as a politician with many wars in the country, starting from the war with Iran, and then 1991, then 2003, then all the chaos happened in the country. But I have never seen what the disaster and what happened to the displaced women and girls after ISIS controlling 1/3 of my country. Also, the women activists and the defender now subjected to a lot of violence from different militia in the country, especially in certain area, which is many areas have been under demographic changes in the country, like area in Diyala, area around Kirkuk, area around Mosul, and the conflict become bigger by this because those who are in power, let's say, and they have armed people with them, so they want to implement their agenda. So by this violence, that means we are increasing the violence already underlying in my country, like we have high domestic violence. That means we added to domestic violence something new by these demographic changes, by those agenda, by militia, by ISIS. So women and girls in terrible situation. The things that the Yazidi women could go abroad and say something about what happened to them, but the Muslim women, they couldn't, because all the Muslim women under the honor, the name of the woman, that means the honor of the family. So nobody can give any information or any statistics about how many women have been killed or taken under the name of marriage, which is not marriage, of course, no marriage by violence, by those ISIS groups in the country. And the other things I want to say it here is, you know how many thousands and thousands of young girls left their schools, secondary schools and colleges, and when they arrived to the capital or to other area in Iraq, they couldn't go back to school or to the universities, and that means there is a big gap of loss of education in the country. About Iraq, the main important things is we are all of us thinking about after eradication of ISIS from those areas, the participation of women in peace, stability. They should have a big role on those areas. Many of those families have been headed by the family have been headed by women now. There is no. And this is very important. We need a lot of support and solidarity as women all over the world to support those women who will go back to their area, taking care of building the infrastructure, putting the family together, taking enough education. So I think participation of women is very important, and also the participation in many levels, in political level, on civil society level, by changing the model, the political model also, and giving the rights of the people, serving the demands and the needs of the people in the next year in my country. It will build up a new community with more secured, more stable, far away from sectarianism, and far away from armed groups and high conflict on those areas. So it's the time, I think, the international community can help to be on the safe side and to be far away from violence. Yes, thank you for Women Thrive, who give us the chance to take our voice high all over all the alliances all over the world, and we need this solidarity. Maybe we cannot meet physically together, all the alliances, but we are all together, and by hearing about other people's stories, about the success of other groups, maybe will encourage us and give us the chance to work more hard for our future. I think I'm among the people who always said that solidarity between us is the key point for our success in the future. Thank you.